Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to take us through what I used to eat when I went to school. So it's going to be interesting to see how much protein that I used to eat compared to now. And it's also going to see what my energy levels are like because I definitely eat a lot more food these days. So if you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe. And before we go any further, make sure just to share the video if you can. I'm going to head into Tesco's here now and get everything that I need for today, as it has been nearly 4 years since the last time I was in school. So even just trying to remember everything is going to be a bit more fun and difficult to try and get. So I'm going to get everything now and then, yeah, we'll get on with the video. So as I said, if you haven't already, please be sure to share and subscribe. Sit back, relax and enjoy the video. Alright, so goods secured. I hope I have everything that I need for today. If I don't, I'll have to go back out and get some more. But I'm going to keep this as realistic as possible with you. So it is currently 9:30 at the moment, so I'm roughly around an hour behind where I'd normally be eating at the moment. I'll try and keep everything as close to times as possible as well, just to show how I kind of manage my day and foods that I eat at different times of day. So I was a little bit into fitness when I was still in school, nowhere near as much as what I am now. So I didn't honestly understand all about proteins, fats and carbs still. I was just getting into it, but it kind of gives me an idea of how I used to eat anyway, and we'll see how it goes. So yeah, it's currently 9:30 now, so I'm going to get home and get the first meal made, as I do want to try and stick to the times today. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so what I would have started off with in the mornings then was a bowl of oats. I just got the golden syrup Quaker oats, and I would have had some sort of fibre bar. The ones that I used to do, they don't do them anymore, so I'll just stick with the normal ones that I have for today. Would have had this roughly around 8:30 in the morning, and then would have been having my next meal around 11:10 or so. So it's currently 10 o'clock now. I'm going to eat this and I'll get some work done, and then I'll be back for my next meal. Plenty of things to be doing today, so it'll be interesting to see how my level of energy stays throughout the day, obviously with eating less calories for a fact I know today. Alright, so time's got away a wee bit from me, but I am back now for my snack, or first snack of the day. I've been drinking some of my water at the same time, so I'd normally have a litre and a half of summer fruits with me during the day. So now I have to make a yogurt with some fruit in it, so I will show you what that's like and then get on to the next meal. So I have plenty of stuff to do today. I need to get back to doing some more editing as well. Plenty of videos coming in the pipeline, which is good. But now I need to get some food into me, as it is already 12:30 and my lunch would normally be around 1:30. So I'll probably push it back by maybe an hour and a bit. We'll see, but maybe try in 45 minutes.
So while I was in school, I would have used one of the big tubs of natural yogurt, which would have lasted me for about a week or just 6 days or so. Obviously, I'm not eating as much natural yogurt at the moment, so I just have some of the smaller tubs. As well as that, I would have added flavour drops in just to sweeten up the taste of the natural yogurt. Although now I can eat it without flavour drops, so it's, I guess, some way of improvement. But anyway, I'm going to throw this all together now and I'll show you what it looks like.
And then here it is. So very simple, about 200 to 250 grams of yogurt. Again, I wouldn't have weighed anything back in the day, so I'm not going to weigh anything today to kind of keep things as similar as possible. But I do have 3 strawberries in at the moment. I would normally have some blueberries as well, but I actually ran out of them yesterday and forgot to pick them up in the shop. But there would have been days where if that would have happened, I would have only had strawberries or blueberries in the yogurt. So I'm going to have this now and then get back to some more editing, and then I actually have a wee surprise to show you as well. I know I've probably said this 100 times before, But if you do struggle to get some water in or get an adequate amount of water in a day, try some flavoured water. I always brought this to school with me as it was much easier for me to make sure that I was getting my water goal in for the day or as close to it as possible. Now, some of my teachers were dicks, so I would only have had about 1.5 litres of water during school, and then after that I would have had a bit more in the evening, whether that been through some milk or Coke. And again, at the end of the day, it was just making sure I could get as close to 2.5 litres as possible, because at the time that's what I was aiming for. So I was always trying to get above 2 litres, but 2.5 was what I always aimed for anyway. So the same goes for you. You should be hitting about 3 litres of water a day, or at least 2.5 minimum. So if you do struggle, try some flavoured water and let me know how you get on. Alright, so I can finally show you what I was out to get. End up getting business cards here. So as you can see, the logo on the back or the front, whatever way you want to describe it, and then all the details there as well. So obviously heading off to Birmingham next week, which is going to be really enjoyable. So being able to give these out and hopefully do some networking will make a massive difference, I hope, coming in the future, but we'll just have to wait and see. But again, it's just another way of having some things done just to make sure that I'm in the clear then. But it's just nice having the things done, so that means if something does come off it, it'll be possibly because of these, rather than me just trying to talk to somebody. If there's one meal that I'd most be excited for, would probably be lunch. So what I need to do is I need to get the oven on now, get some food cooking, and then make up an absolute beauty of a meal, to be honest. So I'll get back to you once some of the food's cooked. So far as well, hunger levels are sitting not the best, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I could be a lot fuller than what I am, and I guess as well, after breakfast I did feel a little bit fuller, but now since I had that snack, I've been feeling pretty hungry. So I'm hoping that lunch will fill me up. But the good news is, after lunch, my snacks for the afternoon do tend to be quite heavy and will fill me up for a good few hours. So that's what I'm looking forward to if lunch doesn't do the job. Alright, so it's lunchtime now, and I'm just going to add everything together. Firstly, I'm going to be using some of these paninis, or one of them, along with some breaded chicken, which I'm just going to add together. Then I'm going to have some fruit and a yogurt. That's more or less all I'll be having for my lunch. And that was normally around 1 o'clock I was having lunch. It is a bit later again in the day. But again, I'm training a bit later, so I don't mind having this now before having my pre-workout. And then again, I'll have my snacks probably in about an hour or two from now anyway. So along with the sandwich that I've now made here, I'm also going to have some fruit. And for me, what I always did in school was, I don't know why, is that I always would have had the apple and orange first and then went on to like the more nicer food, you could say. But again, making sure I'm getting in my fruit for the day. I'll definitely be having plenty of veg for my dinner like I normally would anyway. And yeah, it's just important to make sure I'm getting in as much as possible. But yeah, tell me, do you eat your fruit first, or would you just eat the sandwich first? You might also be able to remember back in the day that I had 2 of the light and free Greek yogurts, or protein yogurts, whatever they were, but I don't have any of that. So I've just got some high protein skyr strawberry yogurt, as that's what I would have also had. So yeah, I'll probably have maybe like a third of this tub. One thing I will say about the chicken here is that it definitely feels a little bit drier than what it used to be. At the same time as well, I would have tried to add some lettuce into it, but again, I don't have any in the house. It is what it is. But yeah, I mean, it is nice at the end of the day, but there's just something that's lacking in it. And compared to the lunches that I'm having these days, I would definitely stick with the lunches that I'm having now. Lunch is now done, and I definitely feel a lot fuller, which is great because I have been a wee bit hungry so far. So now I'm gonna do some more work, chill out for a bit, watch a bit of TV probably, then I'll get my snacks. Normally at this point of the day, I'd be coming home and getting some food. With it being later, it's currently about 4:15, so it'll be perfect time for my snack. So give or take 2 hours from finishing lunch until I'm home. So yeah, probably about 2 hours time I'll get my snacks just before the gym then, and then we'll get on with it for the rest of the day. But again, snacks, which I was actually thinking as well, are going to be a pretty good pre-workout, as it's a pretty carb heavy meal with a lot of simple carbs. So I'll definitely have a good session today, or I hope anyway. Alright, it is currently 6:15, a bit later than usual. But when I would be coming home from school, I would kind of just throw a load of stuff together, and it was always a carb heavy meal. So I'm going to show you now what I have. It is a bit of a mad one when I actually look at what I used to have, but it did give me some fuel until dinner time. and I will utilize this today as a pre-workout so that I can smash my session and probably get a nice juicy pump. So I'll show you what I'm having now. So the first thing that I always would have had when I came in was a nice big bowl of cereal just to kind of keep me going and get some carbs into me quickly. Along with that, I'm having some Jaffa cakes, which were just kind of a staple part of my diet as I loved them that much. And then usually it was either a packet of crisps or some toast, and today what I've got is some crisps, so I'm going to eat them, use them up, and then get back on track tomorrow. But again, just trying to get food into me before I was sitting down for a few hours to do some more work in the evenings. So this is the kind of things that I had to keep me going, and fingers crossed I'm not feeling too bad after. I've also noticed going from lunch until my snack now that I am starting to get hungry quite quickly, and I'm guessing that's because of my food choices, which were quite fast releasing sugars, more or less simple carbohydrates. Nothing's been too complex today, everything's been pretty simple, whereas I haven't had the most amount of fruit in the world. Like, I've only had 2 pieces so far, and as well as that, I haven't had really any veg today. Whereas by lunchtime, I'm going to be having a good load of veg and a good load of fruit and a lot less carbs than what I'm having. So it goes to show that obviously with being in school, I needed the carbs for the fast energy. And it goes to show then as well that I'm probably going to be eating more than what I usually am eating at the moment, just because of the choices that I've been making. So it's interesting to see how things are playing out today. But I will be doing like a review at the end of this video to kind of see how I did eat, the calories that I was on, and as well as my macros, which will be interesting to see because I haven't actually tracked anything today yet. I'm going to be doing that a bit later on, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see how things turn out. All right. So it is that time of the day. We have the pre-workout going down. It is roughly 7:15 in the evening, which would be a prime time for when I was in school to go to the gym. So I'm going to get the pre-workout in, head to the gym, and smash out a back session today. Okay, so back from the gym now, training is completely done. Great session tonight, feeling really strong. So now it's time for some dinner, which is going to be interesting as it's going to be some steak and veg. So I'm going to get that whipped up now and I'll show you how I do it. Now again, I'm going to do it like I used to cook it, not how I would cook steak now. So don't slaughter me for when how you see it. So as I'm feeling a little bit hungry before dinner, I'm going to have a brioche roll here and have some Nutella on that. Don't know again how much as I'm not weighing anything today, but this is one of the bigger rolls. So yeah, I'll enjoy that and that'll fill me up then while I am making dinner. Alright, so we've finally made it to dinner and I am absolutely wrecked now. It was actually difficult to make this. It is a lot later than what I originally expected to be eating dinner at, but we're here anyway. So as you can see on the plate, we have a steak with some veg on the side and some gravy over the top. Now I will show you the steak. As I said before, it will be very well done. So I'm just trying to keep everything, as I said, as close to what it is as I would have been eating back in the day, which is now about 4 years ago. Taste has changed a wee bit in how I would eat my steak, but back in the day it was just cook it right through. So yeah, you'll probably be disappointed, but I'll show you now. So as you can see, that's just brown the whole way right through. It's fully cooked or whatever, and yeah, it was just to have something with a good bit of protein in it and good micronutrients as well. So yeah, I'm gonna eat this now as I am absolutely wrecked. It is currently 11:30 at night, so I wouldn't normally be eating this late. Even when I was going to school, I was going to bed at 11:30. So yeah, I'm gonna eat this and then chill out for the rest of the night, and I'll finish the video in the morning then because I'm absolutely wrecked. So this is the next day and I just want to end the video here. I just want to talk about how I found things. In the end up, the food did fill me up, but it just goes to show that I was eating a lot more carbs. And again, I was feeling a bit hungry because obviously I'm eating a lot more carbs now. But at the same time as well, you can tell that the protein was very low. The only time I was getting protein was through the steak, and then sometime a bit of lunch, and then with my breakfast there was more or less no protein. So my protein would have been pretty low as well. Fats obviously were pretty high, I guess, from you know, looking at the steak again, you'll have a good bit of fat in that. Obviously with my breakfast there was a good bit, as when I was in school I was trying to bulk up. But yeah, I mean, it just goes to show how much things can change when you actually try to build some muscle. A lot of things do have to change anyway. Just one more thing I would like to add as well. My calories for the day while I was in school were 2,600 calories. So there's not too much of a difference in regards to what I'm eating now, which is around 2,900. But yeah, 2,600 is still a lot of calories, and it did fuel me for what I was doing at the time. But anyway guys, I'm just going to end today's video here. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to share and subscribe, as I really enjoyed making this video. It's a blast from the past, you could say, and it's just something completely different. And if you haven't already, just be sure to check out my next videos, and if you haven't, check the old ones out as well, as there'll be a lot more fun content coming over the next few weeks. So until next time, goodbye.